AlphaBay was one of the most notorious darknet marketplaces, operating as a hub for illegal goods and services before its eventual shutdown. Emerging in the shadows of the deep web, it quickly rose to prominence, becoming a central figure in the underground economy. The platform functioned similarly to legitimate e-commerce sites, but with a critical difference: it facilitated transactions involving drugs, stolen data, counterfeit documents, hacking tools, and other illicit commodities. The marketplace operated on the Tor network, which provided users with anonymity by masking their IP addresses, making it difficult for law enforcement to trace activities back to individuals. The origins of AlphaBay trace back to 2014, when it was launched as a successor to earlier darknet markets like Silk Road, which had been dismantled by authorities. Its founder, operating under the pseudonym Alpha02, designed the platform with enhanced security features to evade detection. Unlike its predecessors, AlphaBay implemented a multi-layered encryption system and required users to employ cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Monero, and Ethereum for transactions. This financial layer added another barrier to tracking payments, further insulating buyers and sellers from scrutiny. One of the key factors behind AlphaBay's rapid growth was its user-friendly interface. The marketplace mimicked mainstream online retail platforms, complete with vendor ratings, customer reviews, and dispute resolution mechanisms. This structure fostered a sense of reliability, encouraging more users to participate despite the illegal nature of the exchanges. Vendors offered a staggering variety of products, ranging from narcotics like opioids, stimulants, and hallucinogens to stolen credit card information, malware, and even weapons. The sheer volume of listings made AlphaBay a one-stop shop for those seeking goods outside the bounds of legal commerce. The marketplace also employed an escrow system to mitigate fraud. When a buyer placed an order, funds were held in escrow until the product was delivered and confirmed as described. Only then would the payment be released to the seller. This mechanism reduced the risk of scams, which had plagued earlier darknet markets. However, disputes still arose, particularly when shipments were intercepted by law enforcement or vendors failed to deliver. To address these issues, AlphaBay introduced moderators who mediated conflicts, though their decisions were not always impartial or fair. Despite its sophisticated setup, AlphaBay was not immune to law enforcement scrutiny. The platform attracted attention from global agencies, including the FBI, DEA, and EUPOL, due to its scale and the severity of the crimes it facilitated. Investigators began infiltrating the network by posing as buyers and sellers, gathering intelligence on high-profile vendors and administrators. A significant breakthrough came in 2017 when Alexandre Cazès, a Canadian citizen living in Thailand, was identified as the alleged mastermind behind AlphaBay. Cazès, who operated under the alias Alpha02, was arrested in Bangkok following a coordinated international operation. The takedown of AlphaBay was a major victory for law enforcement, but it also revealed the challenges of policing the darknet. Shortly after Cazès' arrest, he was found dead in his jail cell, an apparent suicide. His death complicated efforts to uncover further details about the marketplace's operations, including the identities of other key figures involved. Simultaneously, the shutdown of AlphaBay caused a temporary disruption in the darknet economy, with users migrating to alternative platforms such as Hansa Market and Dream Market. However, the void left by AlphaBay was quickly filled, demonstrating the resilience and adaptability of underground markets. The legacy of AlphaBay extends beyond its operational lifespan. It underscored the limitations of traditional law enforcement approaches in combating cybercrime and highlighted the need for more advanced digital forensics and international cooperation. The marketplace also sparked debates about the ethics of darknet markets, with some arguing that they provide a safer alternative to street drug deals by reducing violence and offering product purity controls. Others, however, emphasize the dangers of unregulated markets, including the proliferation of dangerous substances and the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. In the years following AlphaBay's demise, darknet markets have continued to evolve, adopting stronger encryption, decentralized platforms, and privacy-focused cryptocurrencies to stay ahead of authorities. The cycle of market closures and rebirths suggests that as long as there is demand for illicit goods online, new platforms will emerge to meet it. AlphaBay's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dual-edged nature of technology, how it can empower both legitimate commerce and criminal enterprises in equal measure. The battle between law enforcement and darknet operators remains ongoing, with neither side holding a definitive advantage. The rise and fall of AlphaBay also reflect broader societal issues, including the failures of drug prohibition policies and the challenges of regulating a borderless internet. While the marketplace itself is gone, its impact lingers, influencing how authorities, cybersecurity experts, and policymakers approach the darknet. The cat-and-mouse game between regulators and illicit online markets shows no signs of ending, suggesting that future iterations of AlphaBay will continue to test the boundaries of technology, privacy, and law enforcement capabilities. The story of AlphaBay is not just about a single marketplace, but about the evolving nature of crime in the digital age, where anonymity and encryption redefine the rules of engagement.